Good morning. So glad that you're here. It is Monday, November the 11th. We are live at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum for Morning Live. We remember.
This is always such a special morning. I always come away from this show a little sad, but very proud. And I always learn something from this show. We'll be talking to those who have served, those who are serving now, and overseas and at home as well.
And those who continue to serve. The seats are all set up. Capacity of 2,000 here, ready to go for their Lest We Forget. That is happening at 10:30 this morning, and we are going to be airing that live and interrupted on CHCH as we always do. The weather outside is always kind of a topic of discussion, isn't it?
Yeah, we still don't know. We won't know till about 9 o'clock whether the Lancaster will be flying or the B-25 Mitchell will be flying today.
I wonder if somebody would know more information about that than we do, because Brian is back in the studio for us today. Good morning, Bradwood.
And Brian,
good morning,
it's because of the wind that these two warplanes may or may not fly today.
Yeah, the winds are going to be fairly strong for the day today. Winds are going to gust to about 60 kilometers an hour. Now, we could see a little bit of sunshine. We're going to call it a mainly cloudy start to the day. It's mainly cloudy right now, as a matter of fact, but we will see a little bit of sun. But there's that chance of a shower this morning. The showers are going to settle in earnest later on this afternoon. So hopefully this morning we'll see a bit of sunshine. The winds will die down nicely. There'll be a high enough ceiling to allow the planes to go up later on this morning. But yeah, be prepared for an unsettled day. But a temperature today of 11 degrees for the 11th of November. It'll be cooler. We'll get back to some sunshine for tomorrow. We'll tell you about it coming up in detail. I want to do a quick check on traffic. We are starting to see a little bit of volume here at the 403 and Waterdown Road. That's just normal for this time of the morning. Quick check on some MTO traffic cameras. Here's the Burlington Skyway Bridge. This is the top, so you're looking at Toronto-bound lanes coming towards us on that camera. Flip ahead to the 403 junction, so the 403 heading away from us. Coming out of Hamilton, nothing to see right there, and then flipping ahead to third line. It's moving. It's a little bit busy, but still we have no problems. We did have some, some light rain shower activity throughout the overnight, so roads could still be just a little bit wet. We will give you details on weather and traffic coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thanks, Brian. Ontario's police watchdog is investigating what it calls a police-involved shooting that left a man in his 30s dead over the weekend in West Hamilton. Now, it happened around 5 late Saturday afternoon when police responded to a building at 1964 Main Street West following reports of a man acting in a threatening manner. Officers made their way to the 5th floor where they interacted with the man, resulting in both the man and an officer suffering from gunshot wounds. Police say the officer is doing well and has since been released from the hospital. Well, there's another update to bring you following a controversial, lavish trip to Italy by 4 Brantford school trustees. The Hamilton Spectator reports that the Brant Haldeman Norfolk Catholic District School Board's education director, Mike McDonald, says he did not approve any expenses on this Italy trip, despite his signature being on the form. The Spec reporting says McDonald's signature was added automatically. Now, we've reached out to the board this morning for confirmation. The $145,000 art trip has faced continuous backlash, including calls for the 4 trustees to resign. The Toronto Argonauts and Winnipeg Blue Bombers are packing for Vancouver, where they'll meet in next Sunday's Grey Cup Championship at BC Place Stadium. The Argos, despite losing quarterback Chad Kelly to a broken ankle in the 3rd quarter, defeated the Montreal Alouettes 30-28 in Saturday's East Division final, while the Blue Bombers whipped the Saskatchewan Roughriders 38-22 in the West Division final. Next Sunday, Winnipeg and Toronto will meet in the Grey Cup for an 8th time. The Bombers have won the title 12 times in their history, while the Argos have hoisted the hallowed trophy on 18 occasions. Well, time to look at market figures this morning. Our dollar is down 11 basis points to 71.7 cents U.S. Gold lost over $22 and crude has fallen 77 cents, trading at $69.61 a barrel. Checking midday European trading, markets are up across the board in London, Frankfurt, and Paris. And over in Asia, markets were up in Tokyo, down in Hong Kong, and up in Shanghai. In North American markets, the TSX lost 86 points on Friday, the Dow gained 259, and the Nasdaq added 17 points. Well, a lockout is now underway at the Port of Montreal, where dock workers overwhelmingly rejected a deal from their employers' association. The Canadian Union of Public Employees says that members voted 99.7% to reject what the employer called its final comprehensive offer. The Port of Montreal is the second biggest in Canada, moving close to $400 million in goods each day. It previously said that 3 terminals would stay operational in the event of a lockout. Meantime, a lockout of longshore foremen at BC ports has now entered its second week. The union representing these workers says the BC Maritime Employers Association backed out of a planned 3-day negotiation after less than an hour. Union President Frank Morena says the employers are using confrontational tactics to avoid negotiating a new collective agreement. He says they're trying to force the federal government to intervene in the labor dispute. Let's look at your top stories this morning. Let's head over to Brian with a look at your weather.
Yeah, we've got a fairly cloudy sky to start the day today. We are looking at maybe a little bit of sunshine later on, but there's chance of showers for the day. Look how mild the temperature is to start the morning. We're double digits. We're sitting at 10 degrees, almost as well. Wait a minute, that's above a seasonal daytime high for this time of year. We got a bit of a breeze, relative humidity 92%, but yeah, fairly cloudy skies to kick off this Remembrance Day. For school today, we should hit 11 degrees. That wind is going to pick up. It'll be fairly strong a little later on this afternoon, but then die off late this afternoon. But we'll see a mainly cloudy sky. With chance of a shower for the day today. Chance of showers this morning. We've got a cold front that's approaching. That's going to drop its way across us, give us that instability as the day goes on. So it's a 30% chance of showers for the morning, but then greater for later on and overnight. And then that high pressure ridge tomorrow and Wednesday going to get us back into some sunshine. But today, Remembrance Day, temperatures anywhere from 11 to 14 to 13 degrees, depending on where you are. 10 for Guelph and Kitchener. There's that bit of sunshine this morning, but then chance of a shower and more showers later on this afternoon. Tonight, temperature dips back. Well, it'll be cooler overnight tonight, 1, 2 to 4 degrees. There's that chance of showers in some areas throughout the overnight. And then tomorrow, we get back into some sunshine. Skies will begin to clear. Temperatures tomorrow about 7 degrees. So some areas, a mix of sun and clouds to a mainly sunny sky for the day tomorrow. So how about as you step out the door on this 11th of November, we do have a mainly cloudy sky, and it is mild this morning. Bit of a breeze, but it is mild. Temperature right now sitting at 10 degrees. That's a look at your forecast. Now let's get back to Tim and Annette.
All right, thanks, Brian. So we're just so happy to be here, and the relationship that we have with the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum to allow us to broadcast live each and every year. We're going to have lots more on the Lest We Forget uninterrupted broadcast coming up. That's happening at 10:30. But we're also going to be talking to Emily Vukovic. She is here because she has some very important segments that from the John McCrae House in Guelph that she did a little bit earlier, maybe a couple weeks ago, that she's going to be sharing with us this morning.
Right, and we're also going to hear from an Allied soldier who stormed Juno Beach. He's 99 and he remembers it like it was yesterday.
It is Monday, November the 11th. Stay with us as Morning Live, we remember.